and are able to achieve a lot of things all through the month. Yes, you're welcome to HerLens once again, where we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. So yes, this morning I have Buki Femi Ajala with me, and of course I also have Susan. But let's get to hear from Buki first. Buki, how are you? How's the weekend? Welcome to the new week and happy new month too.
New month to everyone. Good morning, Adam's family, WFM, Susan. Yeah, January has gone. We want to thank God for that. February is here. Yeah, you mentioned February 14th. Before we know what is happening, 14 don't mark.
So
we know, and before we know what is happening, we're already in March, and we're just saying one quarter has come. I want to thank God in all this, and of course today is the start of official week. I know week started yesterday, but officially we go to work. So yeah, we can only say, let's just have a productive week today. Let's be intentional, let's be deliberate, let's be disciplined as well. And let's do what is right. Let's do what is right at all times. Yes, so Susan, morning. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Buki. It's good to hear from you this morning. And like you said, let's do what is right. Let's be intentional, and let's make sure that this week is a good one for us. All right, let's get to hear from Susan. Hi, Susan. Good morning. How's the weekend? And how is today starting up already? How's the new week going? Happy New Month to you too.
Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Madam Buki. Good morning, HerLens family. Happy New Month. It's like Rose, you are already in the mood. You are wearing red. Your background is red. What is all of this? What are you even? Are you kidding me?
We are lover of love. I mean, we love that women radio. So our official color is red. Yes, it's just in our blood. Our blood, Susan. We can't help it.
To everyone, and hope and pray that this month turns out good for each and every one of us. Whether we have a relationship, we are married, may we experience genuine love that touches the heart and makes you assured that someone out there cares for you and your well-being. I just pray that this month makes it a beautiful one for us. Thank you.
Thank you too, Susan. It's good to hear from you this morning. And yes, amen. And thank you to your to all your wishes and your prayers for us for this month. Hi, Binabo. Good morning. How are you today? Happy New Month to you.
Yes. Happy New Month, everybody. Happy New Month, Rose. Happy New Month, Buki. Happy New Month, Susan. Happy New Month to all our valued listeners. One prayer that I have for everyone is, may our peace not suddenly become, may our life that is peaceful not suddenly become chaotic. Something you have not prepared for, something you are not expecting, and it just happens. I saw someone who had to go through one or two things, and it just occurred to me that you can have a peaceful life. Some weeks, some days ago, suddenly everything turns the other way. May our peace not be taken from us. Good morning. Happy New Month, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you and amen. May our peace not be taken away from us. Honestly. That prayer. Oh deep. Thank you very much, Binabo, for those simple words, but yet very deep. Okay, so yes, this is HerLens right here on Women Radio, and of course it's about 14 minutes past 9 right here on Women Radio. So do what to be a part of HerLens by sending us WhatsApp messages. These are the numbers to get in touch with us. WhatsApp messages on 070-317-56537 or 08155917917. To call, you can just have this number handy. ready on 07000 or 09155 So yeah, we're going to start up straight away with this particular one that we all got to see just during the weekend, and it's quite sad. It's about this young lady, promising young lady who had that voice that could make you just turn. That voice that could just make you just turn. Now, it's unfortunate that a lot of us who are outside Abuja maybe didn't even know about this lady until her death. And then we began to see a lot of her videos, began to see, some of the things that she has done. And, quite a gift God has given to her, honestly, quite a gift. But now, we have just let that go. We have failed another person again in our country, which is quite sad. I can't understand how come in 2026 in Abuja that 2 hospitals are saying they don't have antivenom. So truly I can't wrap my head around it. In a country where we still have snakes running up and down, in a country where it's not like we have said bye-bye to snakes, we still have them. I mean, even in developed areas. Where was she staying? She was staying in a developed area now. So, I mean, if we could have that, you could have snakes in well-developed areas, let alone places that are not even developed. So imagine, what is happening in undeveloped areas in the country. Now, yesterday I was speaking with my dad on this, and he was saying that, well, for the fact that snakes are more prevalent around Gombe, Maiduguri, Sokoto, all those places, Connaught, where we have snakes just running up and down. You could just sleep and wake up and the snake is next to you. That they have, as for somewhere like in Gombe, he was telling me that they have a hospital, or let's say like a mini hospital dedicated to, issues that has to do with snakes. Because in Gombe, my dad was saying when they were growing up, it's, in fact, if you remember some of the interactions he has had with snakes when he was growing up, in Gombe, up to now he still has goosebumps when he gets to remember, and he'll just say he's only God that saved us, during that time. So for him, there was like a mini hospital, something like that, in a place called Kotungo in Gombe. So they were able to get treatment for that because they knew that the snakes were always going around there. But taking from that time till now, are we saying that a lot of our hospitals, a lot of our primary health centers are not equipped with antivenom? Is that what we're saying? Because that's what has happened to this young lady. She went to the first hospital after the snake bite. So according to one of the reports that we got from a friend, a snake bit her while she was asleep. She woke up to the pain and she saw the snake, just close by, and then she quickly tied her that particular part of her body where the snake bit her. She tied it up and tried to get to the hospital. She got to the first hospital. They said they didn't have antivenom, and then they referred her to the Federal Medical Center in Abuja, FMC, and then she went there. So they didn't tell her. They just took her in and, said, they were going to give her drip, administer drip to her. And there, they untied the place where, the snake bit her. And that, the place was tied because so that the venom will not go or spread to the other part of her body. Now they untied it. It's not like, don't even join house and said it. You probably need electricity to keep that thing going. So if you don't have the electricity to keep it going, when you don't have the electricity to keep it going, then what happens? So this is quite a lot when we get to think about it. I don't know, it's just quite sad. Honestly, it is. Our network is a bit shaky this morning. I know we have I'm sure you, Ibn Abu Susan and Piki could not hear me for some seconds there, but I'm just giving a background to the whole story. So let's get to start from you, Susan, because this in Abuja it happened. I knew you there, Abuja. How did this news come to you? To hear that our FCT gone safe, our own FCT, what can be the hope of every other state? You get now. What's not to come my mind be that if our own FCT they battle antivenom, how far? Go ahead, Susan. Let's hear you.
First, I want to say the soul of the departed rest in peace. It's is traumatizing to have young people just die from something that is preventable. Months back, we had a young lady die, It was this same Abuja. And since yesterday, I've been flashing through my head. It's no news that I live alone. It's not news that I live alone. And so I've been flashing through my head. You know that kind of thing, different things come to your mind.
Yeah.
As someone who lives when you hear these stories happen. Now, I want to say something. This lady did not die because snakes don't bite people. There are many people who snakes have bitten and they have survived.
Yes.
Just like what you spoke in Hausa. It's not as if they have Pasabata anti-venom, but why did they release that part of her body?
Exactly.
That is allowing it to spread. This lady died because there was no access to emergency care. Let us be realistic. We can't sugarcoat these issues because nobody knows the next person tomorrow. This is access to life-saving medication. Yesterday, after reading the story, I did a research. In fact, in that research, I think it was only either 4 or 5 hospitals from what I saw online that have antivenom. For me, it was devastating because once I see things like this, I want to research, I want to have information, I want to know how come. So when they listed the hospitals, and the truth is, anti-snake venom should be a basic emergency kit in a hospital, even in a primary healthcare center. I mean, why would they even lose that hand? And then look at it. You've spoken about your dad and what he was saying in Gombe and different places. And if we want to be realistic, women, most times are more vulnerable in this situation because of famine, fetching water, caregiving, different things expose women to these medical emergencies. And when these things are delayed, when they are dismissed, or when they are under prioritized, because for me, I will say that anti-venom is under prioritized. That is why, you go to a hospital and you cannot get it. This lady is strong. She's...
Go ahead, Susan, we're with you.
Okay, so for me, survivor should not be on maybe who you know, or, I'm still trying to wrap my head around why this lady could go to 2 different hospitals. It's worrisome. And this is where I actually say with all sense of humility, may Nigeria not happen to us.
But Susan, FMC for a whole
a whole FMC. Do you know what that means? A tertiary institution. It is not a secondary, it is not a primary institution. So if FMC does not have an anti-snake venom, Gaskia, every day I have to be reading Psalm 91 before I sleep. And now I think we need to ask salient questions. Which of our hospitals in Nigeria are really emergency ready? That's my question. And where is anti-snake venom available? Can it be in the public domain? Let people know. This information should be at our fingertips. We should start asking relevant questions because you don't even know how would this lady think that in her own house, that not just one snake, not just one, is living with her in her house. Again, government and health authorities owe the public accountability. We cannot overemphasize this. What are the clear emergency preparedness we have in Nigeria? What can we go for an emergency and we get it? What exactly? Which of our facilities are ready for emergencies? Which of our facilities have the requisite trained staff? I say this with all sense of humility because that staff who untied that lady needs to be asked salient questions. If you knew what a snake bite is, you would not untie that spot. You would not untie that spot, whether you were giving her fluid or whatever. No. Access to life and to life-saving treatment should not be a privilege. It should be a right for the common Nigerian person. But in order for him not to go on and on, we have other people on this. You see, this leg bite did not take this life alone. It just goes to show a system that failed, and this is why health system must be fixed as a matter of emergency. It is one too many. So many issues come up from failed emergency situations. Are you saying in Nigeria? I am worried. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you for giving us your thoughts on this. This is your Women Radio, WFM 91.7, 27 minutes after 9, right here on Women Radio. And this is the program HerLens. My name is Rose. I have Susan, Ibinabo, and Buki. It's indeed a full house this morning. And we're going to be looking at this issue, squarely and see, and prefer solutions to these things. At the end of the day, it's still about the will of our leaders to make these things work. It's just about the will, because if we say, okay, now we won't start to get mini, we start to do emergency hospital inside our houses, because as far as we're concerned, light now, everybody don't define what thing. If you don't get solar, you get gen. If you don't get gen, you get something we go share. You don't get power bank, you don't get something, just because you need to keep yourself going as regards to light, electricity. If you don't get that one, borehole water, now you they give yourself security. Now they pay for security around it. Our healthcare, uncle. Now we could start to keep all these things, because now everybody now get first aid for house. You get, maybe you will get paracetamol inside, you will get something inside, painkillers, so all these small things you go. We won't start to keep antivenom too. Yeah, God, I don't even know, but please do well. Let's get to hear your thoughts on this morning on 07000 917 917. Let's get to hear from you on 09155 917 917. Please do well to dial the numbers this morning and send us WhatsApp messages. Where have we failed and what are we supposed to do? Even we as as citizens, because right now it's like we're getting to a helpless state. Do we keep losing people, promising people who have bright futures, because Nigeria is not willing to do what is right, or Nigeria is not giving the I don't even know which English to use, but then Ibn Abu, let's hear from you on this one. Then Buki gets to wrap up this conversation for us this morning. What are your thoughts on this? How do we move forward from all of these failed, sort of institutions that keep feeling our young people, even the old one, Papa Safe, join? Well, it's sad this morning.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you very much. The question I want to ask is, before the Orthodox medicine, what were our forefathers applying, or what did they do each time there was snake bite? You see, because we need to have a collaboration between Orthodox medicine and alternative medicine. We are still dragging our feet. Look at China. China have everything rolled together. Yes, each knows its role and its activities, but there is this synergy. We don't have that here.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that I used to know an alternative medicine doctor. He will see a leaf. He will tell you that leaf, it goes everywhere. If you just pick it and squeeze it, the fluid, you squeeze to a place like this, it will do this and that. Because the excuse our leaders will give us, they will not accept this is a systemic failure. They will tell you, antivenom is very expensive, and it needs to be kept very cold, and that the temperature must be constant. And where we live in Nigeria, where they do operation for patients, like they come out, like they go.
No, they go. They use torchlights.
And the Ministry of Health should face reality and begin to work hand in hand with the alternative medicine practitioners. because I had no idea of what could be done alternatively, but I believe that there must be something that could have been done. In most of these areas, once they certify alternative medicine practitioners and everything, and there is no stiff competition between alternative medicine practitioners and the orthodox medicine practitioners, if there is synergy, they will have introduced so many things, so many things aside the regular, primary health care centers and the drugs and all over the place. Because the excuse they will give you now is that, this antivenom is very expensive and it has a shelf life of probably 2 to 5 years. So why store it? They will give excuses. So let us hear from other alternative medicines. What can be done? Because it could happen to anybody. Some snakes could stray and unfortunately enter into a house that is not even in a bushy area. And then someday it strikes. So you see, I'm just humbled, because if you look at what is going on in Nigeria, the healthcare system, how